Ever feel like you know exactly what to do to reach your health goals, but actually doing it feels impossible? You look at others who make it seem easy and think that they must just have more self-discipline than you. Well, here's the thing. We aren't born with self-discipline. It's a learned behavior. And like any skill, it's something that we can work on and improve, especially when you use these 5 science-backed techniques that I'm about to share with you today. Now, if we haven't met before, I'm Maria and I'm a registered dietitian who has helped hundreds of people improve their self-discipline and reach their health goals. So let's jump right in. Now, studies show that people with self-discipline are happier. Why? Because with self-discipline, we accomplish more of the goals that we truly care about. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals defined and goals accomplished. So instead of debating every temptation, like those sweets in front of the television, or skipping that workout because it's raining, self-disciplined people make clear, decisive choices that align with their values. They avoid distractions, stay focused, and end up feeling more satisfied with their lives. So strategy number 1 is the 2-list technique for goal setting. And this is one that I personally make myself come back to time and time again. Because for many of us, when we want to make changes to our health or set goals for the new year, we are highly motivated and optimistic at the start. We want to achieve everything. But one of the biggest challenges in becoming more self-disciplined is the tendency to try and take on too much and try to go after too many goals all at the same time. Our to-do lists then get longer and longer and we start to feel overwhelmed. And this is where Warren Buffett's 2-list strategy comes in. And it's a simple but effective way to prioritize. So here is how it works. You take a blank piece of paper and on one side, you start by writing down everything that you want to achieve for the year. And I mean everything. This can be your health and fitness goals, to personal goals, to career goals, or family and relationship goals. Then you look at that list again and you select the 3 that really are the most important and the most urgent. And these are your top 3 priorities. And yes, you can only select 3, maybe 5 at the very, very most. Then you draw a line down the middle and you take these 3 top goals and you write them in a new column and you want to label them your top 3 priorities. Then above the remaining items on the right, you want to title this Avoid at All Costs. And these are the tasks to avoid until the top 3 are complete. And this approach forces you to focus. It channels your energy, time, and willpower into what's most important. And the avoid at all costs list, this sets clear boundaries, shielding you from lower priority distractions. Because it's so much easier to stay focused with 3 tasks than it is with 25. You will feel way more motivated and disciplined when you know exactly what your top priorities are. Now I'm going to pause here and ask that if you're enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you hit that red subscribe button below. It really helps support my channel. And if you're looking for healthy, high protein recipe ideas, I would recommend following me over on Instagram. Now, one of the core principles of self-discipline is learning to delay gratification. And this concept was famously tested in the marshmallow test. And in this test, children were given a choice. They could either eat 1 marshmallow immediately, or if they waited 15 minutes, they would be rewarded with 2 marshmallows. And what researchers found is that the children that were able to wait for the 2 marshmallows, they were generally more successful later in life. And in our daily lives, we face temptation, like skipping a workout for the comfort of staying on the couch, or eating an unhealthy treat when you're craving it. But just like in the marshmallow test, delaying that immediate gratification, this can lead to bigger rewards down the line, whether that is better health, weight loss goals, or stronger fitness habits. So how do we practice this in everyday life? Well, just like resisting that marshmallow, you can practice delayed gratification by waiting a little bit longer before indulging in your cravings. So if you're craving a treat, try waiting 10 to 15 minutes. Often the craving will pass and you will feel proud of your ability to resist. And this will help you stay focused on long-term rewards. Remind yourself of your bigger goals and how much better you'll feel after sticking to your plan, or how your healthier habits will benefit you in the long run. Number 3 is the do something principle. We've all been there, wanting to eat healthier, work out more, or lose weight. But we find ourselves stuck because we are just waiting for that motivation to strike. We think what we need is motivation to take action, which will then lead to results. But this is actually backwards. And the do something principle flips this on its head. So instead of thinking that motivation leads to action, this principle shows us that action leads to motivation. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed by a big goal, like losing weight or getting back into shape, don't force yourself to tackle it all at once. Instead, try to commit to a short 15 to 30 minute sprint, whether that is going for a 10-minute walk or just prepping one healthy meal. Because research shows that once we even take one small step, this can help build momentum, and this will fuel our motivation to keep going. I know that I have been struggling myself to go to the gym lately, which is odd because I'm getting married next year, so I thought that I would be more motivated than ever to start going to the gym routinely. But strangely enough, for some reason, it seems to be the opposite. However, what I'm finding to work is that I will tell myself, okay, Maria, just go and stay for 10-15 minutes. And as silly as that may sound, once I'm there with my workout gear on, I start to maybe feel, okay, this isn't too bad, and I will stay a little bit longer. Does it always work? No, but it is a starting step. So just remember, if you're feeling really stuck and you're not able to get started, all it sometimes takes is that small initial step. It's that quick workout, that walk down the road outside, or that one healthy snack or meal. You just want to do something and let that momentum carry you forward. And number 4 is the implementation intention. We've all set goals like, I'm going to work out more and I'm going to eat healthier. But without these specifics, these goals often fade away. Because vague goals, they leave too much room for interpretation. And this is where the implementation intentions, a concept from the book Atomic Habits, comes into play. So how it works is, instead of setting a vague goal, you create a detailed plan with specifics, like when, where, how, with, everything about how you're going to do this. And the research shows that people are much more likely to follow through once they have made these kind of plans. So instead of saying, I'm going to go to the gym more often, try an implementation intention. Like on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 a.m, I am going to go to my local gym for 30 minutes. Or if you're aiming to eat healthier, don't just say I'm going to start eating more vegetables. Say that at every lunchtime, I'm either going to have a side salad with my lunch, or I'm going to have a portion of fruit with it instead. Because with this approach, what you are doing is you are eliminating that decision making that you need to make in the moment. And this makes it so much easier to stick to your plan. It's like putting your goals on autopilot. So for any habit that you want to build, write down the when, where, and how as specifically as possible. The clearer your plan, the more likely you're going to follow through. And I often do this for my entire day. So what this looks like is, before I go to bed, I sit down and I write a schedule for how I want my next day to go. It has when I'm waking up, what I'm eating for breakfast, when I'm doing the focused work that I need to do, when I'm getting my workout in, and I even sit down and visualize myself following through with this all the next day. And what this means is, the next day when I'm faced with, oh, but it's kind of like not that sunny outside, or I have already made the decisions of how I want the day to go, so I can stick with them. Unless it's really not practical, like there's a hurricane after hitting Bermuda, which sometimes happens. So give this a try. Set those specifics and see how much smoother your day goes and how much smoother it is to reach your goals. Number 5 is working around what I would say is the biggest obstacle that we have in today's world for staying disciplined. If you don't know what I'm referring to, it's this little device that 99% of us carry with us every single place that we go. Usually not more than 1 foot away. It's your phone. And this is a huge issue for many of us when it comes to sticking with health goals or any other goals in life. Because research shows that every time we pick up our phone, it takes an average of 23 minutes to refocus on the task you were doing. And for health goals like working out, meal prepping, or even just going to bed that little bit earlier, this constant distraction can really derail your progress. So to build a stronger discipline, try to set strong boundaries around your phone use, especially during the times that you really want to focus. That could mean putting your phone in another room when you try to cook, or putting your phone on Do Not Disturb when you go to the gym. There are even apps that you can get nowadays that limit the amount of time you spend on certain other apps. But when you reduce distraction, you free up your mental energy. And this makes it easier to stay on track. I got a shock not too long ago where my screen time was almost 6 hours a day. And this was only on my phone, never mind the screen time I have when I'm on my computer or if I'm watching television. Now, I had the excuse for myself that I do a lot of work on my phone, but if we're being real, it does not take 6 hours to post an Instagram video. So I started doing a lot of research into proven ways and tactics to reduce your screen time, and I have now gotten it down to roughly around 2 hours a day. And not only has this helped with my self-discipline, but I honestly can't just emphasize enough how much happier I feel from making this simple change. If you want to know exactly what I did, let me know in the comments and I can make another full video on how I really got my screen time down. So these 5 strategies are powerful tools to help you build self-discipline and make steady progress towards your goals. If you found this video helpful, you might also enjoy this video here. It's all about managing different food cravings, because there are tactics that you can on this too. It's not all just about self-discipline. And as a thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video, I want to let you know about a free recipe ebook that I have, which I have left linked in the description box below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching.